Hey, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm talking about a specific thyroid medication called Nature-Throid. So, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about Hashimoto's a lot. I also cover a lot of topics around detox and family nutrition. I've recently created and launched a brand new 30-day program for people with Hashimoto's. It's called Nourished and Renewed with Hashimoto's. And you can learn more about this program down below in the pinned comments. There's a lot of information in this program, way more than what you'll find here at my channel, and it's very customized to help you if you have Hashimoto's to navigate starting to feel better and manage your illness naturally. But today, let's jump in and talk about Nature-Throid. So I get a lot of questions about different types of thyroid medication, and I get asked my opinion. What is the best type of thyroid medication? Now, I can't answer from a clinical perspective what is the best type of thyroid medication because that is a very individualized concern, and it is one that you need to discuss with your prescribing physician. I can talk about my personal experience with a lot of thyroid medications because I have Hashimoto's and because for the past 20 years I have tried just about every single kind of medication in an effort for me to feel my very best as well. So the first thing I want to tell you about is that the goal, especially when I work with people in my practice and my goal in helping people through Nourished and Renewed, my goal with these videos here is to help you live your healthiest life with diet and supplements and lifestyle and exercise and all of the complementary components for being happy and healthy with Hashimoto's. But for most of you, and myself included, we still need to be treated medically for our thyroid condition. Myself, my antibodies are now in remission, meaning that they are back down to well within the normal level. And I attribute a lot of that to my diet and my lifestyle and the way that I've been taking care of myself and the way that I've been teaching my clients to take care of themselves is a pretty good formula for success. That being said, in my 20s, when I was struggling to be diagnosed with Hashimoto's, I experienced quite a bit of damage to my thyroid. In fact, on an ultrasound, it almost looks like I've had part of my thyroid removed. So I still have to take medication. So there are reasons why people change their medication, and there are reasons why different medications work better for different kinds of people. And it also matters maybe what stage of life you are in right now. So the type of medication that I took when I was in my 20s is different from the type of medication that I was taking in my 30s, and it's even different from the type of medication that I'm taking now. So there is a group of thyroid medications that are called basically like a glandular or desiccated thyroid, a natural desiccated thyroid medication, which means that it is the extracted and ground glandular tissue from an animal. And in a lot of cases, they come from porcine sources or pig sources, okay? So if you're a vegan, if you have religious or ethical beliefs for why this type of a medication doesn't work for you, you can skip this video. But for many people, going with a natural desiccated thyroid medication is a good choice because it is most similar to human tissue, and it is not synthetic, it is not made in a laboratory, and it may prevent some of the side effects that people experience when they're taking like a levothyroxine or even the brand name Synthroid. If you're curious about levothyroxine, I have another video about levothyroxine and why that medication tends to be overprescribed. So some people take a natural desiccated thyroid medication like Armour, which is another brand name, or Nature-Throid, and there's a variety of other of these medications as well. Nature-Throid was one of the medications that hit the market, and a lot of people were quite excited because they realized that it had a slightly different balance of the T3 and T4 compared to Armour thyroid. Now, it's my understanding that a few years ago, I think it was in like 2018, Nature-Throid changed their formulation slightly. And so some people who started out having great success with Nature-Throid early on have since moved on from this medication because they found that with the change in the formula, it was no longer right for them. So if you're coming new to Nature-Throid, you may not have that experience, and you can try it fresh and see if this type of medication works for you. There are some questions I think that are important to know if you are thinking about asking your doctor about this type of medication. So again, it is made from the glandular tissue of an animal. It's made from pig tissue from the thyroid. And it does contain both types of the thyroid hormone, both T3 and T4. So this is good for some people where just T4 medication alone does not help to control their symptoms or to help them feel better. And doctors will typically prescribe an NDT, a natural desiccated thyroid like Armour or like Nature-Throid, when they find that that person is really not doing very well with T4 medication alone. And usually the T4, again, is going to be synthetic. So the option then is to switch to the natural desiccated. It is available through prescription only, and it is FDA approved. It is a medication that has been approved for hypothyroidism and for Hashimoto's. And the question that I get a lot is, how long does it take to notice a difference when you switch from maybe a T4 only synthetic to something like Nature-Throid or a natural desiccated thyroid medication? And in my experience with my clients who've done this, and from the knowledge that I have in working with many of my endocrinologist doctor friends, usually we want to wait about 6 weeks until you get another set of labs drawn to see if labs are starting to maybe show some improvement, but also you want to look at your symptom list and see if you're noticing any improvement there as well. So we can't go just on the labs, right? So if you notice that maybe your sleep has improved, or maybe you've lost a few pounds, or your thermoregulation has improved, maybe your brain fog is clearing up a little bit, you have more energy, those would certainly be indicators that the Nature-Throid is starting to work for you. And for some people, they might even notice a difference in just a few days. For others, it may take a few weeks for you to start to achieve that greater level of medication in your system. Just like other medications for the thyroid, I do recommend for everyone, every client that I work with, when I'm helping them through the patient advocacy piece of Hashimoto's and working with their doctor, I do recommend that you take your thyroid medication in the morning, right upon rising, with a big glass of water, and then wait for 30 to 60 minutes before you eat or drink anything else, and that includes coffee. It is best to take Nature-Throid as well as all thyroid medications on an empty stomach. So there can be some side effects of Nature-Throid and other NDT thyroid medications. Because it does have the addition of T3, for some people they notice that this may have a little bit more of that hyperthyroid feeling in their body. They may notice that they have some increase in heart rate, or maybe sweating. They may feel like they have kind of an anxiety or a pent-up energy. They may have difficulty sleeping, and if that is the case, then you do need to discuss this with your doctor. This might not be the absolute right medication for you, or it may require a period of adjustment with the medication, trying different dosage levels to see if some of those symptoms can go away. In my experience, I have also tried this medication. It doesn't seem to have too many side effects. I think that it takes a while to find the right dose. Initially, when you change from a synthetic T4 only and move to an NDT, you may actually go a bit hypothyroid again before you get your dose up to the proper amount. So do be prepared that there is a bit of an adjustment when you're switching from synthetic to natural desiccated. I have not found with many of my clients that there are too many other side effects. Some other medications, levothyroxine has been shown to cause some more like gut issues and hair and skin and other issues, and also some people who take just the generic levothyroxine T4 can also feel like anxiety or maybe some changes in their mood. So I have not known that to be true with Nature-Throid, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people really like to take a natural desiccated thyroid, because the combination of T4 and T3 can really help to support kind of your total thyroid health, and also all of the cellular thyroid response, right? When the thyroid medication gets into the cell, you have more of both hormones available. So obviously you want to take the correct dosage. You don't want to take too much or too little. You want to work very closely with your doctor on this. And again, because they did change their formula a while ago, if it's something that you've maybe tried in the past and you're thinking about going back to, you may want to discuss this with your doctor and see if their formulation change has any impact on the dose that's right for you. So I hope this has been helpful in introducing you to a medication that maybe you have heard about, but that you maybe are unfamiliar with, or maybe that you would like to try, or that you would like to speak with your doctor about. Please keep in mind that this is just one solution of a dozen out there for people with Hashimoto's. And again, it is part of the complementary lifestyle, dietary, body, mind, and spirit approaches that you take for living your best life with Hashimoto's. And to find out more about how you can implement some of these strategies for yourself, please do check out my Nourished and Renewed with Hashimoto's program. Again, the link can be found down in the pinned comments below. This is a complete online, self-paced 30-day program with 9 hours of videos, dozens and dozens of handouts and resources, questionnaires, symptom trackers, lab tracking documents, helpful information about other hormones, helpful information about brain and mood health, helpful information about adrenal glands, and so much more. There's also a very special section on healing a leaky gut. So for any of you who've been following my videos here on YouTube for a while, this is definitely a program that will kind of take you over the bump to the next level in working hard as your own best manager of your thyroid condition. So welcome to all of you who are new. Thanks for liking and subscribing. And remember to set your notifications so you get my new video every Tuesday. Take care, and I'll be back soon.